Hey, what's up? As most of you know, the Outbreak event has been unfolding over the past few weeks in Dying Light 2, and a lot of people out there have been working to contain the infected chaos that's taken over various parts of the city. With this latest patch, we've officially hit week 3 of the Quarantine Zone broadcast event, and this is actually the final week of this Outbreak run. Players have been clearing regions over the past couple of weeks, and the update message from the community and official channels confirms that containment efforts are still very much active. 4 regions were successfully cleared during week 2, but it's not time to relax yet. The fight isn't over, and Command is pushing an extra escalation as we enter what they're calling the endgame of containment efforts. The vibe of this week's update feels like it's geared toward giving players a fighting chance while also upping the stakes, making it feel rewarding but still challenging. What's cool, and what you'll definitely want to talk about in your content, is how a lot of the ongoing relief measures from the previous week are still active, making it easier for players to stick with the Outbreak grind without feeling completely overwhelmed. The shop discount is still there, so everything is 25% cheaper, and that discount extends to stuff like weapons, gear, and other essentials you might be picking up as you run around trying to kill more dangerous infected. On top of that, Jai, one of the important vendors in the game, is still offering 50% off on ammunition, which is a huge deal because ammo can run out fast when you're dealing with endless hordes. Another thing that's sticking around is the bonus where infected enemies, and I'm talking specifically about the biters and virals, continue to drop weapons when you defeat them. This has been super helpful because it means you aren't just relying on looted gear or shop purchases, you're earning parts of your arsenal organically as you fight your way through the Outbreak. It's an awesome way to keep gameplay engaging and dynamic instead of repetitive. And to top that off, the event still has a 50% bonus to XP, which is huge for players who are trying to level up their builds or just unlock gear and abilities faster than normal. Now, the update also comes with something that a lot of players have been waiting on, a stamina boost for all the runners in the game. If you've been out there constantly chasing objectives or running from infected, you'll definitely feel this new change. The update officially gives you double stamina regeneration and double reduced stamina consumption when you do things like power attacks. It's basically a quality of life injection that makes your character feel sharp, responsive, and powerful in combat scenarios. You'll be able to sprint more without feeling drained, and doing those heavy strikes against virals won't feel as punishing, which always helps when everything else in the world is trying to kill you. On top of all of that, just because the previous week saw some areas cleared, doesn't mean the danger has vanished. The city has evolved, and there are new infection fronts that have emerged, spreading chaos to areas that were previously calmer. It keeps the situation feeling alive and unpredictable. This kind of dynamic zone control is something that keeps players engaged, because even if you think you've 100% mastered a section of the map, things can change and you're forced to adapt and react. It's honestly one of the coolest parts of this ongoing event because it makes sure the world feels like it's responding to player actions rather than just staying static. If you're planning on talking about this in your video script, you'll want to emphasize that this new update isn't just a simple patch or tiny tweak. It's a major ramp up in the event's progression with a clear sense of closure on the horizon. Players are being rewarded for sticking with the content, but it's clear that Techland isn't letting up on the challenge either. Week 3 feels intense, strategic, and generous in the right ways, and that combination is exactly what keeps players logging back in. Another angle to highlight for your audience is how this final week feels like a culmination of all the effort the community has put in over the last few patches. Clearing regions, earning discounts, stacking XP bonuses, and snagging better gear from infected drops. All of those things feel like they've been building toward this point. And now with these extra stamina perks and new Outbreak fronts, the game feels like it's testing everything you've learned over the last few weeks. It's not just about endurance or firepower. It's about how smartly you use your resources and momentum from past weeks to push through and finish strong. And just to bring it back around, even though this is the final week of the event, the world of Dying Light 2 hasn't slowed down when it comes to post-release support. The fact that this update arrived and instantly kicks off a major event week signals that the developers are paying attention and still deeply invested in adding content that matters and feels impactful. That's worth calling out, especially because always want to see that kind of continued support in live games. So when you're putting your script together, make it feel like an inviting conversation. Let your audience feel like they're right there with you experiencing the event instead of just listening to a list of patch notes. Talk through what it feels like to log in on patch day, to see the bonuses still active, to feel that stamina boost during a tough fight, and to wander into those newly infected zones knowing that things could go sideways at any moment. That's the kind of emotional and immersive description that makes video content really resonate with fans and followers who live and breathe this game just as much as you do. And that's pretty much everything you need to bring your audience up to speed on what's going down with this update and this event week in Dying Light 2.